Hello and welcome back to OmniFoot TV. For today's first video, we are talking about Angel Di Maria making the move back to Benfica. Now, I honestly made a video about this a couple of weeks ago and scrapped it because I thought that the move was done and I thought that it had been confirmed, but I checked my sources, I realized it was not the case, and I shelved it. And now I'm making another one on the same topic, and I can't tell you how happy I am that he's made his move back to Benfica. This is poetic. This is what I would like to call poetic justice. This is the correct move. It is the best move. And quite honestly, it provides a storybook ending to one of the most, what's the word? Iconic careers of the modern era. Angel Di Maria is world class. He's always been world class. And he's one of those players who I've never really seen anyone hate. You can talk about players people love to an extent that mirrors those of Pirlo and Xabi Alonso, for example, because those are players who I've never seen anyone really hate on. I think Di Maria actually fits that mold. He fits that bracket. He fits in that bracket. He's a part of that upper echelon of players who provokes fans to just think of where the game would be without him. And he's played such a huge role in every club he's taken a part in. Apart from Man United. And he's done well at Juventus. He's not necessarily been I'm not going to say iconoclastic. I can't really find the word here. He's not been instrumental to much success, mainly because Juve have been struggling. But at Benfica, I remember this clear as day because when I was a kid, I used to watch Eurosport's Monday Night Football recap of Europe's top 5 leagues. And Di Maria's highlights for Benfica were everywhere. And the one memory that stands to just remind me of how much potential this one player had and the fact that he fulfilled it was when I was watching a couple of goals he had scored, and the narrator was talking about how Madrid were interested in signing him. And that's exactly what happened. He signed on for Madrid. He had a wonderful time there. He succeeded, did really well under the managers he had. And the more he moved, although I would like to highlight that I wasn't necessarily supportive of his role or of his move to PSG, he also did extremely well in Paris. He never lost his flair. He never lost his step. He aged very well. He improved and made sure that everyone around him knew that he was adapting to the speed of the game. Even if you looked and felt like he was kind of slowing down, he was always such an extremely intelligent player who knew how to make the right kinds of decisions at the right time, bearing in mind the kind of player he was. He could have easily grown into this cocky dribbler-esque, cocky dribbler Neymar-esque player. I kind of lost my train of thought there. But he never did. He garners so much praise now. And I saw this article, actually, after the World Cup final. And it was either on The Athletic or some other source, I can't really remember, but it talked about how, if not for Messi, Di Maria would probably be the best player in Argentina's modern history. He has played a very, very key role in Argentina's history, in the modern sense, to say the very least. And his performance in the World Cup final capped it. But that was the peak of his career. He was deployed extremely well, and he was venomous. And I can't help but feel happy to see him move back to Benfica, to be welcomed back by such a crowd. And I can't even imagine how he must feel. It's like, I have done everything, or almost everything I could have wanted to do in my career, I think he has achieved almost everything he probably ever wanted to achieve. And now I can go back to the club where it all started in Europe, and I can finish my career, in my opinion at the very least, still at the top. There's something to be said about this. It may be considered a move to a lesser club, quote unquote, with all due respect to Benfica, because I don't see them that way. But maybe in terms of European pedigree, they do pale a little in comparison to the clubs he has played for. And again, this is again with all due respect to Benfica, because they are a huge club either way in Portugal, and they have been a constant threat in every European competition they've taken place in, they've taken a part in. So Di Maria, to me, making a move like this, it doesn't diminish him, and it doesn't make the club look like a retirement base or a point from which he can decline. It's weird, but that's how I see it. I look at Benfica, and I always have, kind of. They're always there. They've always been a threat. They've never made it easy for anyone. They've always had a chance in Europe, be it in the Europa League in particular, or the Champions League. And I think that if Di Maria could go on to achieve more glory with Benfica, that would be the perfect ending to a beautiful career. And I hope he does. And that's all I have to say on the matter. I'd really like to know what you guys think. Because honestly, I don't think I don't think I'll come across a Di Maria hater. So I just want to see what your favorite moments watching Di Maria were. What kind of player you thought he was. If you agree with my sentiments, if you disagree, the comment section is open to a healthy form of discourse, hopefully. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We post on a daily basis. Like the video if you haven't, and push that bell notification button because, you probably want to get notified if you pay attention to everything I post. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I will see you next time the whistle blows.